So as you see from Jacqueline's video, this story is the story which makes me think about the competition and the award and the training, because there was like a conflict of opinion and kind of reporting about the story and why the story and why infertility. Some of the coverage was not even mentioning the stigma of infertility and the social pressure, not only on Jacqueline, on her husband as well. And I felt that there is a gap and we can fill together, because it can really change. It does not have to be this way. So as you see, in 2015, I met a few women while we're doing diabetes and cancer awareness, and they were having a lot of health problems, and I was asking them, what about the causes and why they have this health problem in this age, which is 40s. So they said, because we are infertile. And I said, well, what is the relationship? Then they told me about the social suffering and consequences and the abuse and mistreatment from the communities, from the husband and in-laws. And it was alarming for me. I'm a woman from Africa, from Egypt, and I'm a pharmacist. And I also work as a CEO of Merck Foundation, which is owned by Merck, which is the leader in fertility management in the world. So how can we leave this without addressing it? I know that nobody else will do it, because I know there is a lot of pressing and more urgent health problems and problems in Africa, from HIV to hepatitis to other things. But we cannot just ignore this, because it will just continue. And it's not like a small number of people will say, it's okay, we will come back to them later. It is one couple every 4 couples are infertile in Africa and developing countries. It's 25% in the couples in reproductive age suffering from infertility stigma. Okay? And then 85% of this number can be prevented, because 85% is due to untreated infectious diseases. It's resulted from child marriage, genital mutation, unsafe abortion, unsafe delivery, STDs, everything we are advocating against every day. It's cause infection, and it can cause a complication of infertility. It will cause complication of infertility if not treated on time. So simple prevention awareness messages, which you are going to see from my speakers today, if you spread it in your media in a way or another, either directly or indirectly, can save people from this stigma. A huge number can be saved. You know, unsafe, like for example, safe sex, practicing safe sex, avoid unsafe, unsafe, risky behavior. Regular checkup to see if there is infection or not. All this can be spread between the young people and the youth, and it can really result in a good result of creating the prevention mindset between communities from the start. Of course, we want also to tell them that infertility is not a stigma. And not only women are suffering from infertility. There is 50% of infertility caused by male factor. But men do not want to admit they can be infertile. Either do not want to admit, or they don't know, or they feel this is really related to their manhood, which is not true. So we need to clarify this. When they know that a man, it's not related to his sexual behavior or sexual ability to be infertile or not. It's actually, a man can have 10 children and sexually is not active, or is not properly sexually behavior. So, and the opposite. So this is maybe the connection between the taboo that men don't want to say that they are infertile, because people will think that they are maybe not men, or they cannot do their marriage, thing. So I know that you will be able to to express it better than me. because you are the journalist and the media. So we want to spread this hashtag Men2. Men2 can suffer infertility. Men2 can join the treatment journey of infertility with their wife. Men2 can support their wife in their treatment. So we want this. Because I think this is the main solution, which there is a lot of angles, but this is a very important angle. If men know that they can share the responsibility with their wives, maybe there's a lot of women and a lot of families can be happier and have their happy family and children. And of course, the prevention, which is long term, and then the stigma. We need to break the stigma, and infertility is not a stigma. Now I want to show you some of our activities through many countries in Africa and also Asia. So around maybe 27 to 30 countries we launched Merck More Than a Mother, plus other programs, because I heard from you that you need to know what other programs also we do in Merck Foundation. So I will go quickly through my presentation. Our mission is to build capacity and train doctors and train medical staff, because we know there's a lack of professional and skilled doctors and health staff is a big challenge and main challenge in Africa, and also raise awareness like we are doing today through community awareness campaigns or media training like we're doing today, and of course empower women and youth in STEM, which is science and technology. We have programs about this as well, and improve access to innovative and equitable healthcare solutions. This is the programs: Merck More Than a Mother, Merck Cancer Access Program, and Merck Diabetes and Hypertension Award, and Merck STEM program for women and youth, and Merck Capacity Advancement Program, and Merck Community Awareness Programs. Next. Regarding Merck More Than a Mother, this is the strategy we are following. I know this is the most important one and relevant to our program today, is creating a culture shift and destigmatizing infertility and raising awareness about infertility prevention and management and male infertility, like we said. Next. And education and training for African fertility specialists and embryologists, since the lack of trained and skill is a really big challenge. To tell you, there is some countries still today, they don't have even one single fertility specialist. Like for example, we have here in Sierra Leone, in Gambia, in Guinea, in Niger, in Chad, in Central African Republic. These countries even, they don't have one single fertility specialist till today. So simple intervention, even with one course of tablets for a week, for a couple can resolve their problem and have children, they cannot have it. And we training there and making history. We training the first fertility specialists in these countries. All the countries do not have fertility specialists till today. We are training the first fertility specialists, and in other countries we are training to have more local fertility specialists and embryologists, so it can affect the cost and reduce the cost of the treatment and make the access to treatment better and improve it. Building advocacy and opening dialogues like we have in our platforms, and I can tell you that we have a very important ambassadors like First Ladies of Central African Republic, First Ladies of Guinea, First Lady of Chad and Niger and Sierra Leone and Gambia, and there is a lot of First Ladies will join us as ambassadors and advocate for breaking the stigma around infertility and Merck More Than a Mother during our annual meeting in Senegal in October as well. So empowering infertile women. So you see that we are doing all this for the strategy to improve awareness and to resolve the problem for the future. But we met a lot of women. If you go to our social media, Merck More Than a Mother or Merck Foundation, you find a lot of stories of women who in the age cannot be treated anymore. Because of their age or their biological status. I felt that it's not ethical to just leave them, telling their sad stories, their suffering during the all their lives, not knowing what's happening to them. They don't know even, I mean, they feel that they lost their purpose in life and they deserve only to die or to have any kind of treatment, bad treatment, and they accept it because they feel it's their own fault. They don't know. So we said, we of course educated them and we empower them with small training, small businesses, like you've seen yesterday in the video of the Ugandan women, and you've seen with Jacqueline also, that we give her a supermarket so she can have her earning, her independent life, to be stronger, to be happier, and to discover her purpose in life other than having only children or baby making machines. So that's why we're saying more than a mother. Women are more than just mothers, and men are more than just fathers. There is a lot of things in life it can be done, and you can add value to the society, and society community should respect men and women, whether they have children or not. And this is our role here today, to create this respect and establish this understanding. Okay, between people. We are the only one here can do it. I have done it through Merck Foundation, through our social media. We have 1 million followers and increasing every day. But media in each country, you reach to places which they cannot reach to social media, with your local language, with your radio, TV, and print and online. Here you see the advocacy in active. You know, so you see the first ladies who's doing their videos and their speeches on social media. They have a lot of followers and millions actually of viewers, and this actually spreading the word. They are addressing their communities, their people, women and men, to try to educate them and break the stigma and raise awareness about male infertility and the respect, creating the respect for couples, whether they have children or not. And you see the First Lady of Niger, First Lady of Gambia, and the Minister of Health of Sierra Leone, and here the former president of Liberia, and she is the first African woman to be president, also joined us in the campaign. And next. Here in Nigeria was an event also with Her Excellency First Lady of Nigeria, Madame Buhari, and here the former First Lady of Sierra Leone, and of course I know that also hopefully the new Her Excellency First Lady of Sierra Leone, we are establishing, of course, the partnership with her, and all the media here today is being sent by her, so you can start the campaign actively, in an active way. We trained the first fertility specialist in Sierra Leone. There are 2, and they are already there now, back to Sierra Leone. I will give you their contact so you can contact them to establish what you can do together. Next, here, First Lady of Central African Republic. Next, and this is her video in the Central African Republic, Guinea-Conakry. Yes, next. And here, the chairperson of the National Assembly of Namibia, Honorable Margaret, and here all the together in one picture during the things. You can see here the viewers. For example, in our panel we had in Cairo, we have like 400,000 viewers. Next. And this is also the most popular videos, because everything we do, we have videos to stimulate the opinion and people to read and know more. Next. Here also the most popular videos in our social media. Next. Next. Here's the materials which we developed for raising awareness about the prevention. We had for prevention for male infertility and female infertility. These materials, you will find it in your bags. You can use it, but also it will be presented to you now from our doctors about exactly how to prevent infertility for men and women. I hope from the bottom of my heart that you spread this, because it can save lives, really. Lives and dignity and pride and you know, it can create completely a different atmosphere and environments around us. And of course, I'm not going to go through this in details. Here, for example, also I told you about the empowering for women. We had helped 1,000 women from 12 countries to establish their own businesses and to be, you know, have independent income and independent life. Next. And of course here, you can see me with the Minister of Health of Uganda, Honorable Sarah, while we are giving the women chicken farm and, you know, ox plow and, you know, simple things they can do. They can earn money and they change their life. And now they become businesswomen. if you talk to them, if you see them talking now, it's completely different people. And the community respects them, and they want to work with them, and they want them to hire them. You know, it's amazing. I mean, if anyone wants to do a study about economic empowerment for women, and you can see the result in front of your eyes immediately, this is it. Because this is not economic empowerment of normal women who feel, yeah, she needs some support economically. It's completely was broke down socially and morally and culturally, and the economic empowerment helped her to recover all this in no time, maybe 1 month. Next. And here, for example, the video which you see now from Jacqueline, it has, until this presentation being prepared, it was 800,000 viewers and a lot of likes and share, and now it's increased even to be above 1 million. Next. The Maasai lady, which is a really fantastic lady, it's called Nonkipa. She is over 50 years old, and also she never have children. We supported her with 2 cows, and now she has even 5 cows, and she become really a businesswoman. And you will see her story before and after and now, because before and after is 1 year ago, and now after a year, how she become and how her life changed. Completely. She doesn't think anymore that she's infertile or childless or anything. And the videos now, I think it's now have 1.5 million viewers. So this is, of course, when you see the video, you see also messages. I put messages on the side of how to prevent infertility. So people who watch it, they also read the messages. They listen to the story. They get connected with the impact of infertility on the woman and suffering, and then the empowerment after the intervention of Merck Foundation, and also read the messages of prevention. So you see how many millions, and these are different people are watching these videos, how many millions are reading these videos with the messages. So I think it can contribute very much to alert them. Next, please. And here, for example, it's also Her Excellency President of Liberia, and giving award the Medal of Honor, Presidential Medal of Honor, and it has also 4 Merck More Than a Mother in Liberia, and it has also 1.2 million viewers. I'm just giving you an idea how this is very attractive to people to watch these stories and to learn from it. So it's just us need to come up with new ideas, with new stories, and we post it and people see, and this is a new way, like Mr. Matata, who said from South Africa yesterday, we need to bring people and heroes and heroines from different countries to tell their stories, and this can change the culture. Next, please. Also, this is another videos about the thing. Next. Here, no. Yes, here is a very important event. We've seen it yesterday, but I didn't see when the women give me a gift when I went to visit them after 1 year, and they give me a chicken as a gift. And this was my most valuable gift I had in my life. And when I put this on the social media, my husband sent me a message on the social media and said, now you saved me a lot of money. I know now what to give you a gift before. If this is the most valuable gift for you, I'll give you a chicken next time. So. So I have bought it to myself, but he's following everything we're doing, and he's actually talking to his colleagues at work about it, and this is what we want. Our families also is very important ambassadors, what we are doing, our neighbors, our community. It can be, you know, small things that become big. Not only the readers and the followers, it's also our families. And this video now, I think it's 1.7 million viewers, which is really very good, because it has the whole things about Merck More Than a Mother. Signing a MOU with the First Ladies Organization to raise the awareness about infertility, and the president of the First Lady Organization at that time was the First Lady of Ethiopia. And also this video had a lot of viewers and a lot of comments and shares, which is almost 700, and now it's more. Next, please. Here in Gambia, where, yeah? Gambia team, can you stand up? Yes. This is thank you and greeting from me to Her Excellency the President. is a First Lady of Gambia. I went there in Gambia and we had a community awareness and we met all the infertile women and we had talked to them and honored them, give them certificates of and giving them projects to do also in Gambia. And now the media team coming from Gambia as a recommendation also from Her Excellency First Lady of Gambia, Madame Fatoumata. And we will come back and they will change the culture completely through their media outlets, and we have a call for action afterwards. This video has 230,000 viewers. And next, and this is me and Her Excellency First Lady, and this video next, yes, here. It's almost 1 million viewers. So it was really a lot of people from Gambia was following this video, Betty. And they commenting. So actually we reach a lot of people there and learned about what we are doing, and they commenting where to go, what to do. And there is one of the doctors who is in Gambia. He said, I want to be trained to be fertility specialist. And he contacted me and I sent him to the training. Now he is in India for training. So it's actually very much having a high momentum. Next, please. Here are some stories. For example, this story from Cote d'Ivoire, because also we focused on French-speaking countries, and this is in French. Her story, Geraldine, was very touching because she was a young woman and she was talking about how her husband was abusing her in front of her eyes with other women in the house because she cannot be infertile, and he forced her to watch them. So it's really horrible, and this was also having a lot of viewers. We supported her. We had for her a hair salon, and she is doing good. Unfortunately, she cannot be treated anymore because the infections, the diseases goes and destroyed all the reproductive health because she has infection from she didn't know about from 14 years old. Next. And here another one from Nigeria, and we have a lot of programs with Nigeria with also Her Excellency First Lady and her foundation, and also this is the stories, and also having a lot of momentum and viewers. Next. Here is a song. You heard the song, which is I love, a song of Tom Cruise, which I really love, and we also have the song of Merck More Than a Mother with Rosie. She is from Sierra Leone. Can please the team of Sierra Leone stand up? Greeting from my side and from all of us to Her Excellency First Lady of Sierra Leone. I didn't meet her yet, but I think we are going to great partnership and cooperation after you go back. And here is the singer Rosie. Do you know Rosie? Yes? So we did the song together. Please sit down, thank you. And there's a video clip and about the story of African woman, and the video clip is really nice. And now I'm thinking I want you to come up with ideas about the video clip, the new video clip we want to do with Tom Cruise and his song. So we want a story that also can reach people and watch the video clip, and they get, of course, it has a lot of viewers at the moment, and we have behind the scene also. Next. Here is a training and the testimony of all the people who get trained and how they change their lives, and I follow them to their countries, and I see what they are doing, how they are doing their work, how many women they helped, how many couples they helped, how they raise awareness. So it's a continuous follow-up. It's like reality TV. So from before and during the training and after. Next, please. And here all the countries which we sent for training. So you can see that we can have a copy of this presentation, and all the countries who we have sent for training is almost more than 50 fertility specialists and embryology specialists across Asia and Africa. Thank you. And next. And here's their pictures, and you will find their quotes in our websites, and their contacts, we will give it to you also. So everyone from his country, whoever has a trainee here from our program, they can connect with them, write stories. You know, you need to write stories about infertile women, about the trainees and the graduate after the training, and what they are doing in their clinic, what messages. You know, you can create a lot of things. So there's a lot of materials here. You can deliver the information to people in different ways from life. Here's the platforms, international platforms we joined. And it's not important for you at the moment, but just to tell you that we have also global print footprint. Next. And here's some of also the videos on the social media. You can also go and look at it. Merck More Than a Mother, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, Merck Foundation, and Rasha College as well, my social media. Next. Yes, next. Here is, now we finished about Merck More Than a Mother. I'll give you in few minutes an idea about the other programs, because also talking about health, you want to talk about infertility, but also I'm sure you want to talk also about cancer and diabetes. So we have also programs in cancer access. We provide training for oncologists to be a standalone oncologist. I'm not talking about 1 week or 2 weeks training. We are talking about 1 year and 2 years training, so they can become an oncologist, go back and help the patients in a proper and very professional way by themselves. So in some countries, again, there's still today, they don't have oncologists. In Gambia, we are going to train the first oncologist. I think they are going to join. I think he joined already, or he will join, yes. And then in Niger and Chad, in Guinea, also they don't have oncologists till today. Sierra Leone, there is no oncologist till today. We are working with Her Excellency First Lady to have train the first oncologist. In Liberia is the same. We already trained the first oncologist in Liberia. So there is some countries still today there is no oncologist. So we are again making history and training the first oncologist in the country. And I would like also to create something for South Africa, because we have Dr. Shoba, he is also from South Africa. He's been training here because we created a fellowship training 2 years in University of Nairobi. It was very successful, and we are opening it now to all African doctors. Next. 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 Here is the country, no, below, this is the countries which we are sending for training for oncologists last year, and we are going to expand for even more training and more people from each country. Next. This is the pictures and the people who already got trained and or under the process of the training. They are conducting the training at the moment. Next. The different countries. And of course there is more. And here is from, and there is some posters and things we have done to describe, previous please, to describe their quotes and their testimony and what is the status in their country. This also can help you a lot in your coverage, because you don't have also to cover only for your country. You can say, this is what's happening in Gambia and this is what's happening in other countries, and this is what they achieved. Let us learn from this. Let us exchange information from here. So it can also, having now networking together, you can have a Pan-African perspective to your reporting easily. Next. Next. Okay, next. Next, next. This is also some of the videos and the social media. And here my meeting with the African fellows in India, because we have 2 places, actually 4 places, one in Cairo University, one in India, Tata Memorial Hospital, another one we created newly in University of Malaya, Malaysia, and the third one is University of Nairobi for African doctors. Yes, next. Is the Diabetes and Hypertension Award. It's very important. I'll come back to you to address it and also to announce it in your countries, because we want to have more doctors who just graduated, postgraduates, to apply for the award, Diabetes and Hypertension, and the award is very prestigious. It's 1 year online diploma in UK University, South Wales University. After they graduate, they have the accreditation from UK, and they have the diploma and become diabetologists, and they can actually easily develop a diabetes clinic in their country easily, and they run it by themselves. So it will be great if it can be advertised properly and encourage people to apply, because we cannot reach all of them, but we have until now. Next. Next. These countries are 25 countries has benefited from this award, and I want to increase to more countries from Asia and from Africa. And this is testimonies as well. Yes, next. And here's the STEM program for women and youth. I'll stop here because I don't want to dilute the message. let us focus today mainly on Merck More Than a Mother, with small little scope, 10% if you want to ask about cancer and diabetes programs, but mainly today to break the stigma around infertility and infertile women. And the other thing is the background for you in the future when you want to cover something else. So thank you very much for listening to me. And of course, don't forget #Men2 and #No for Infertility Stigma. And don't forget to apply for the award, Media Recognition Award next year. From today, you can start to apply, and to also encourage your colleagues in your countries to apply. Okay, great. Thank you very, very, very much. Thank you.